Oh, the cabbage is so tender. You gotta try this at home on your backyard grill. Look how easy it is. Serve it right up in the foil, in the bowl. Woo! Welcome in. Back in the galley with another recipe for you. Have you ever just went camping and had a grill and didn't know what to cook on it? Then you got to check out this recipe. You may never have seen this recipe, but let me show you the ingredients. We've got a purple cabbage here, purple onion, purple red bell pepper, white onion, and a trusty jalapeno. What we're going to do here is we're going to take our grass-fed, grass-finished hamburger meat. We're going to put it on the stove top and get these veggies in there and get this going, and then I'll show you how to do this cabbage. I'm going to put some oil in my pan right there, and I'm going to get this pan heated up on a medium heat. I'm going to take my grass-fed, grass-finished beef. I'm just going to get it in the pan. Easy. Now, if you're on a grill outside, you could do this as well. Just cook that in a pan separate and do it ahead of time. Mix in the vegetables because we're going to put it all in the cabbage. While that's cooking, I'm going to chop up some vegetables and get them in my pan. Put my eyes on first. I use a lot of peppers here in the galley, and a lot of times I like to look inside of them. I don't want to see any black or any kind of mold or mildew inside. Peppers are known to do that. If you shop at a farmer's market or they're out in the open, they're more susceptible. That's why I choose firm, ripe peppers and use them pretty quickly, once a week. I'm going to get those cut up, and we're going to just dice them and slice them. Cut them into strips, turn them sideways. What makes a purple bell pepper? Have you ever seen those? Leave a comment below. They have kind of a pale yellow interior with a purple skin. I'm going to say they're kin to the red bell pepper, and they're going to have a lot of vitamin C to go into that meat. All right, let's get that in there. Next, the purple onion. Cut the ends off. I always like to get the first peel of that off of there. It's kind of tough. And then I'm just going to go ahead and slice it long ways. Yeah, that's about a quarter of an onion. Turn it sideways. Dice it. I'm doing a forward cutting motion when I dice. Pulling my hands back. Don't want to cut any fingers off. Alright, that dices up nicely. Let's get it in the bowl. Now I'm sure that purple onion is a little sweeter, so I'm going to go ahead and add just a tiny bit of our white onion. I like the vitamin C in the onion and the sulfur compound found in the onion and garlic. I'm going to show you a trick at the end here. You really want them diced up finely. You just gather them all up. Take your chef's knife that's curved and just rock it back and forth. That's how we do it on the boat right there. Alright, let's get that in the bowl. If you ever walked into a house where someone was cooking hamburger meat and onions, then you know that aroma. It smells great. Alright, now it's time to get the pepper. Got a large jalapeno pepper here. I'm just going to make this easy. I'm going to take my chef's knife and just kind of take those seeds out. Take those pulps out right here. Because it's large. And they tend to come out real easy. I can use the big knife. Now, if you have a smaller jalapeno, you could use a coring tool. Get it in there. But here, I'm just going to slice those up lengthwise. Turn them sideways. Same process. Dice them up. If you've seen my Captain's Meatloaf, then you know how this is done. Move all that to the side. Gather these up. Get them a little bit smaller. I want them evenly dispersed through the meal. Always get an oversized cutting board if you want to play with your food. Otherwise, it would be all over the place. All right, goes in the bowl. All right, let's give this a wipe down. We're going to throw those seeds out. Now, by all means, if you want the seeds and the pulp in there, leave them in. It's your show. You're the captain. I'm going to use my plastic spatula to kind of chop that up. I don't want to use any metal on the non-stick surface of the pan. I don't want to ruin that surface. I want the pan to last as long as possible. Remember not to heat your non-stick pans up till they burn. They put off a lot of toxic chemicals. Keep the heat moderate, keep it down, and you can reduce some of that risk. Back on the stove. All right, well, that's heating up, and we're going to brown that beef slightly. We're going to get our veggies over here. I'm going to give them a little avocado oil bath. And then I've got some seasonings right here. Basic, easy, garlic. Teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of onion. I'm going to use iodized salt in this recipe to taste, but we do need that iodine in the salt. Once a week, try to get that in. And some cracked black pepper. I like a lot of that. They win. All right, let's give that a mix. Next, I'm going to use a tiny bit of apple cider vinegar and my coconut aminos instead of soy sauce. A little less on the sodium. That mixed up. While those veggies are marinating, let's check our beef. All right, we got one side brown. We're just going to flip it over. All right, we've got that flipped over. We can cook this down a little bit more with our veggies, and the nutrients in the veggies will leach out into the broth. All right, while that's browning up on the other side, we're going to go ahead and throw our veggies in there. Get all that sauce in there. That aroma smells great already. Put the lid on it, throw it back on the stove. Let's turn that heat up. Okay, I went from a medium-low heat to get that browned while I was cutting the vegetables. Get the vegetables in there, and then let's ramp it up. Get it up on medium-high and get some sizzling going. While that's cooking down and reducing, we're going to get our aged sharp cheddar grated up and ready to go. I'm going to grade this on a coarse grade. I think we need about a cup of that. Right there, look at that. Oh yeah, that's some sharp cheddar. Now we're going to move that to the side real quick. Check out that meat. Alright, here's where I'm going to kind of chop it up a little bit finer. As the meat starts to cook and dry out, and those veggies start to soften up, I'm going to give it a quick toss. Make sure that's all down in the bottom of the pan, and we're going to do this process maybe 2 more times. Back on the stove. Now I'm going to prepare my avocado. I just go around the edges with a sharp knife, twist it open, remove that seed, just like that. Alright, this can be done a number of ways, but I like to just get it out like this so I can inspect it, get it on the cutting board. There's a little brown spot right there, we just cut that out. Do the next one. I can see it's already kind of brown there, very ripe. That's why I do it this way. That way I can just get that right out of there. Another way to do the avocado is to go ahead and just cut it in the skin. Cut it long ways into 4 cuts. Cut it lateral into 4 cuts, and then you've got chunks. And then you can scoop it out and it's already chunked and ready to go. But if it's a really ripe one, then you have to deal with brown spots. So you got a really ripe one, do it this way, and you can remove those brown spots easier. Next, we're going to go ahead and just throw that iodized salt right on the top of those. The cheese has some salt in it too, so we don't want to go crazy. The black pepper, you can go crazy with the black pepper. It helps the food absorb in your gut. Slice them long ways. And then we've got our avocado salad prepped and ready to go. But one last ingredient, lime juice. Helps preserve the color. Look at that. Oh, it's going to taste good too. Check out that beef. See, it's already cooking down. I like the size of that right there. We just wanted to caramelize and reduce it down, brown the meat, because we got another process we're going to do here, and it's going to cook even further. So we don't have to cook this till it's dry at all. We don't want it to be dry. Kind of juicy, kind of prepped and ready to go. I'm going to turn the heat off. Now we're going to talk about this cabbage. This was a recipe introduced to me by some friends from North Carolina years ago. If you're in North Carolina, shout out. All right, we're going to get rid of those outside tough leaves. I'm going to cut the butt end of that off, although nothing wrong with it if you like it. Right there, we're going to split this into quarters, just like this. Sharp knife all the way down, bam. Now I can see the stem in here, so if you prefer, these cook up and taste great. But if you prefer, you can just kind of show you how to do it. You can kind of just diagonally pop some of the bulk of the stem off. I wonder if that would make a good chip. Bam. Bam. All right, I told you how easy this was. Simple, but it's going to be so good. I've already got 4 aluminum foil squares already prepared. And then here is the recipe. I'm going to go ahead and take 1 piece of cabbage. I'm going to score it on the top just a little bit, and I like that. I'm going to take this big slab of butter, place that right on the top, just like that. The butter already has salt in it. I'm going to add just a little bit more, and black pepper. We're going to turn that diagonally to an angle. Then we're just going to fold up the corners and kind of use our hands to bring it all to the top where it's bunched up, but still has just a slight ventilation in the top. We're going to place those in the oven. We're going to get them cooked primarily almost all the way, and then you'll see what's going to happen next. Let's do the rest of these. All right, I'm going to fold this up. I'm going to kind of bring it up to the top so the juices don't come out all over the pan or on your stove. All right, there you have it. We've got them all wrapped up. Those are ready to go in the oven. All right, I've already got the pan lined with foil in case anything comes out. Get those on the pan and get them in that oven. I've got this air fryer / oven set to 350. It's preheating, and once it's preheated, I'll put them in there for 25 minutes. Then we'll check them. All right, now all we have to do is wait. Isn't that right, Bert? Polly? Love birds. All right, I'm back. We've got this cabbage in here baking. We've got our ground beef and vegetables on the skillet. Let's put it all together. All right, let's check out this cabbage. Let's just check it out. Look at that. It's getting there. Oh, that's hot. Can you see that? Okay, that's getting there. So now we're going to take our beef and we're going to place it on top. And see, that's soaked up those juices nicely. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to take a couple spoons full right on there. Now, this is optional, but you can add a little Louisiana hot sauce. All right, and then we're going to go with a little light beer. You could use water. We'll just need a splash in there. All right, we're going to get that wrapped back up and seal. Let's do the next one. Open it up. Got our beef on there. Splash of light beer. Wrap it back up. See how easy this is? You could do this on the grill. That's actually how I learned it. All the good beef on there. Get it in there. We're almost done. The last of it right here. What is that equivalent to? About a quarter-pound burger per cabbage? All right. That's to help it steam inside. Let's wrap that back up. I'm going to get the oven set on 400 this time. We're going to put this back in there and go for 20 more minutes. So let's see how it comes out. All right, we've got that in there. And you can do this in your backyard on a grill. It'll take much less time. You can make the hamburger and the veggies in your kitchen on the stove top. You get those cabbage grilled up and then assemble it. I've put a link in the description for the products I use here on the boat. Check it out. If you're interested in more recipes like this one and a boatload of others that I do here on the boat, go to piraterodney.com. All right, we're almost done here. Just a few more steps. We'll have this meal complete. Just look at this. Oh, yes. This is hot. It's tender. It's baked. Let's open these up. Let's get these opened up. Now, you could do this on a grill. It would take less time. A grill is probably, about 450, 500 degrees? Here, we're running about 400 on this process. Okay, so now all we have to do is put our cheese in there on the top. That sharp cheddar is going to go great with this. It's going to be like a cheeseburger in paradise. Got the cheese on there. We got our avocado for the sides over here. And then we have to add a little bit of this secret ingredient. Oh yeah, that's the Head Country barbecue, sugar-free barbecue sauce, coconut aminos. I'm gonna make that a barbecue. This also has extra apple cider vinegar. Give it that kick. We'll just drizzle that on and we'll save a little bit for later. Now I think we cooked these for an extra 25 minutes. Since our temperature is a little lower than a grill would be. We're going to leave these open. We're going to put them back in for a few minutes. Be right back. Pirate Rodney is not going to let you down. This is going to be some goodness. We're going to get these plated up and you can see for yourself. All right, this is how we do it on the boat. Look, that could have been done on the grill. Oh, those are hot. Look at that. Look at that right there. That's cabbage and beef and peppers and cheese. All right, so we just place them in our bowl like that. We open it up. Just going to eat them right out of the foil, just like we're camping. All right, I've got that Head Country sugar-free, the coconut aminos, pepper, apple cider vinegar sauce right there. I'm just going to put some more of that on there with our cheese. I did put some hot sauce in there. Louisiana. Let's taste this. Oh, that's tender. Look at that. This cuts right in two. That red cabbage takes a little longer to cook, but it's worth it. Woo! Let's taste that right there. It's so good. It's hot. That tastes tangy and good, just like a North Carolinian would tell you. It's so good. Oh, the cabbage is so tender. You got to try this at home on your backyard grill. Look how easy it is. Serve it right up in the foil, in the bowl. Woo! Oh, this is so good. Let me plate this up for you. Now we're going to put the avocados on the top. Look at all that potassium right there with that meat and that cabbage. Let's just top that off like that. That's a meal right there. Oh yeah, you can't beat this. Stop eating like a prisoner and start eating like a pirate.